All right, everyone. Welcome back. So this is our official first run at this, and we just heard a little bit about what we thought about the Super League when it first kind of came out and happened. Now that we've had a little bit of time to kind of digest and hear some more thoughts about it, what do you guys think about it now?
Yeah, I mean, we left off talking about big money on the table. What Andrew said, this thing's coming back eventually. Not, I would say like 5 years down the line when they get a little more organized. They got their proper TV contracts ready, a proper exit strategy to all the leagues. I think it'll come back.
And Real Madrid president, the guy running it, Florentino Perez, says it's on standby. It's not done. Standby means it's coming. It's only a matter of time.
They're ready for a long legal battle. They're going to get out of that. They're going to get out of the UEFA so fast, I think.
And they got the TV deals coming up soon, so all of those dates are coming up in the near future. They can kind of use as a little bit more leverage for themselves. So, yeah definitely not the last we've seen of the Super League.
And of the teams that pulled out, that announced that they were done, it was the English teams, but it wasn't the Spanish teams. Really, I mean, Real Madrid had to, because the league was done. But they still, there was teams that never really said we don't want this. And the only reason why teams did say that is because of fan protest and FIFA, dangling the stick in front of them saying, if you do that, guess what? No more games for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with the fans here on this one.
Yeah, got it.
For the first time. But, could you imagine if, all the owners just had a set of big balls and they were just like, we're going to stay in this league no matter what, and you guys are going to like it.
Man, I don't think this has anything to do with the size of their balls. I think they got that going. I think what's going to happen is more so, again, it's they can't just screw their players over that hard, because then how are they supposed to come back and play for them? So if they're getting kicked out of FIFA, they're getting kicked out of the Champions, which is literally was happening this weekend. They weren't able to finish and play.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
And that, I mean, that's just an FU now to your players and your fans that were trying to finish out the season. And I think that they saw the timing and they were like, all right, maybe we jumped the gun a little bit too quick, but we'll be back.
Yeah, it was all very last minute, but...
Yeah,
11th hour kind of stuff.
Awesome. Well, speaking about that, I mean, we had multiple teams in the Super League that were playing in the Champions League just today and yesterday. So why don't we get a little recap going about that?
Yeah, so yesterday, Tuesday, we had the first leg match of Real Madrid versus Chelsea. And I'll say it. I said it last week. Chelsea kind of looked legit.
Yeah, 1-1 draw. They played in not the Santiago Bernabeu. They went to the training ground, which I think some players have given them some heat for not playing at their full stadium. But yeah, Chelsea might be legit.
Yeah, they might be.
Yeah, I mean, the way that they just absolutely dominated just even the first 25, 30 minutes, I mean, that could have been a 3-0 game. I was watching that game that started a downpour, and they were just in the zone, just constantly attacking.
Yeah.
They just had Real on their heels. Looked like Real almost came into this game like, we just want this to be a 0-0 game and just get the heck out of here.
They were playing not to lose. That's the worst way to play a game, especially a big game like this with a lot on the line. After all the heat that you've had coming this past week, that's just a bad way to start.
Yeah, I mean, they had some injuries though. I mean, they're not coming in here, full force. So I mean, I guess you kind of see Chelsea kind of get in there and push them around a little bit because of that. They're able to counter a lot better, not having Ramos back there and things. We both. I think that was a 3-way pick. Did we all pick Real last week as well?
We all did pick Real money line.
Yeah, we were all in on the money line too. We were just wondering if Chelsea was going to be able to keep up.
I was kind of the ringleader. I was kind of influencing you guys. Chelsea didn't have it.
Dragged us into your black hole. We did say that it was going to be. This is the game that we thought was going to be more of the under 2, maybe a draw, 1-0 game type of thing.
Affair.
Yeah. And, I mean, I guess that was right. That was almost exactly what it was.
I mean, the possession ends down 51 to Real Madrid, 49 to Chelsea. So it was, by the second half, it became a dead even game.
And the fact that there was even 2 goals scored, I mean, what was there, 7 shots the whole time?
Yeah, 10 shots. 10 chances created. Yeah, 10 chances created. It was a very even game.
Yeah.
From after the first 25 minutes, it was pretty even.
Yeah, total 6 shots on target between both teams.
Yeah, like that's pretty wild to end up actually getting, a couple of them actually to sneak in.
But I do think Karim Benzema is carrying this Real Madrid team. Nobody's scoring otherwise in this Champions League for them.
The only goal, he
got that goal this week, and it was a crazy goal.
Gorgeous.
Kinda like
the way he settled it, settles it off the side of his head and then just bicycles it in.
Set piece goal.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the run of play. Chelsea's goal was. And they're gonna need more of that to take this all the way home.
You know who could be a potential X factor in the second leg going back to Chelsea? Eden Hazard.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more. Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he came in late
all year.
And as soon as he got in late, though, he was instantly bringing the ball right into the corners like he does, and just absolutely handling. It started looking like they had offense again. Like they were like, oh, we have some set plays that we're looking to run, and they didn't have those opportunities without him.
Yeah, he's gonna be one of those guys that come from the Premier League who's gonna make a difference.
Yeah,
not like Gareth Bale.
Well, even speaking about Benzema, he just was that his 71st career Champions League goal?
Yeah, something like that.
Tied most.
I think it's tied. I think it's the third. Yeah, it's fourth.
Not most.
But 70, 71, man, he's been doing that for a while.
Yep.
And he gave them both their best opportunities. One went in, and he took one right off the post.
Yeah.
We were yelling about Neymar's posts, from a week ago, and that was the first shot Benzema had. He just ripped one up into the top right corner and just grazed off the post.
It's funny though. We were talking about it last week, kind of off air at this point, that whoever was going to win this away game, or at least score an away goal, was going to win this tie. So Chelsea, I think, have the upper hand here. So.
Absolutely. All the heat's on Real Madrid. They have to perform. They can't play this way again. They need to go for a win, and playing to win can leave you vulnerable in the back.
Yeah.
So we'll see what comes of it. It's going to be an interesting one. Do you guys want to make any predictions?
What do we think about? I think before we can even do the predictions, do we think they're going to get anybody back? Like what do we have the odds at? Because I thought that they were kind of game time decisions this week, but I feel like I might be wrong. Because I think that's a huge factor. If they're able to have both of them back, it's going to change the way that the style that they play, and they need to score at least 2 goals.
Yeah,
so they have to.
So I just got texted a piece of breaking news. Marcelo, the famous left back at Real Madrid, has been randomly selected to supervise at a Madrid polling station for the upcoming election, so he will not play against Chelsea.
Are you kidding me?
No way.
That's real?
What?
You're pulling my leg, no?
No, that can't be.
Confirmed Real Madrid source, superfan, who's all in it on the Reddit and stuff like that. He's all in on that.
Oh my god. All right, good thing.
Conspiracy?
Yeah.
Football?
That does kind of seem
local
like
election
that.
duties.
Yeah.
Marcelo could miss Real Madrid game at Chelsea because of local election duties.
Could he? Yes. Will he? Probably not.
Yeah, he can probably pay somebody else to do it.
But
that's crazy.
Go to jail.
Yeah, if they're gonna hang it on him.
Yeah, if they're gonna. It's definitely some Barcelona fan.
It will require mitigating circumstances to be excused. This is from The Guardian. So, mitigating circumstances is a Champions League semi-final away at Chelsea. Mitigating circumstances,
maybe,
probably,
hopefully. That would be. Now that changes everything. Now I'm all in on Chelsea.
You can't not.
Oh my god. That is so funny.
All right, well, breaking news. Heard it here a day late first.
That's wild. No way.
Yeah. All right. So, do we still want to go into the injuries? Because, even without him, we don't even have to get into the injuries.
Varane, he might be good to go. Ramos, definitely probably not good to go.
What do you guys put the odds on that coming in? And is Varane enough?
Missing Varane and Ramos is a pretty big blow.
Yeah.
That puts it at a pretty even position.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're not, without them, they're at a disadvantage, big time. I think they get those 2 back, they have a shot.
Big shot. A bigger chance than you would think.
So I guess we'll have to make 2 different predictions here. So if we get Marcelo, if he's playing, I think I'm gonna stick to the guns and I'm gonna take Real. I think that they get it, but and if they're missing 3 of their top guys,
and not even just their top guys,
but in like key positions,
After watching that game, and Chelsea winning on the weekend, Chelsea's in an FA Cup.
Chelsea's on a roll right now.
I gotta kind of. I won't ride Real like I wanted to.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I was feeling confident prior to this game. After watching that, I have less faith.
Yep, I 100% agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got to go Chelsea on this one. They're at plus 125 on the money line. I mean, oof.
Does that mean they're favored right now?
I mean, not really.
Well, what's Real at?
Plus 225.
So they're the favorite now.
Yeah, they are the favorite. But the draw is to 230 if you want to pay for your buck.
Away,
you can still win. Yeah.
Exactly. I guess it's just got to check that injury report, check to see if Marcelo's playing, and I think everybody's leaning Chelsea now, though. And you don't want to put a team, the Champions League heroes in Real Madrid, back them into the corner. Like, are they going to make something happen?
Wouldn't it be hilarious if they win and Perez lifts this trophy that he literally wants to leave? He doesn't want it. He doesn't care. But they might win, and what would that be? 12? 13?
Yeah.
Yeah,
13, I think. Yeah.
Crazy numbers. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, so taking Chelsea. I think that's the move.
They're
lean towards Chelsea.
I think they're going through.
Yeah.
Chelsea's going through.
Result of the game.
And I know you guys were trashing it last week, but an all-English final is definitely in the picture now.
Oh, yeah.
You guys make fun of me for it. I said it was a little bit spicier.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we were more just on the side, like, isn't this league supposed to be more fun to, like, have it, not just watching a Premier League's, like, matchup?
Guess what? It's happening.
Yeah.
2 out of the last 3.
Baby.
It just might, Just
2 out of the last 3 have been all English.
Yeah, and then transition that right into the game that happened today. Watching that game was an absolute whirlwind, too. PSG just came out super hot. They took over that whole first half. They had multiple scoring chances, like, continuously throughout. Neymar just constantly had the ball at his feet, right in the box. It's surprising to see what happened to them in the second, and almost like you want to say like 2 like giveaway goals.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of weird. Like
funky ones, the ones you wouldn't
expect to go in, but they went in.
And ones that you don't want a team like City to get, because it's like they're capable of doing these great things with the players, and then to just have them just kind of go in like that.
Goals, but
like, teams that play like City play, they're going to get those lucky chances going in. It happens with every good team, every call. Like the Patriots, for example, how many times have the Pats gotten lucky?
Yeah, when you just front load it, when you're just shooting that much, making that many chances, something's going to break.
Yeah.
Something's going to break your way. First half, it didn't look so much like that. It was a very open game, both ways, free-flowing. But City found their stride second half for sure. The possession stats and 59-41, classic City, just holding the ball, doing their thing.
Watching that game, or watching the highlights, because I'm not really able to watch the games during the day. It looked an easier game to watch than Chelsea.
Much more entertaining.
Much more entertaining, much more flowing.
Oh yeah,
perfect.
One thing we didn't even talk about from the other game was it was an absolute torrential downpours, and that definitely plays a factor. You don't really notice it much when you're watching it on TV, but it was soaked. You weren't getting any through balls. You have to absolutely hammer it. So at least we were able to watch a game like move its pace back and forth with like actual speed. And I think that's what changed. That's why this game was more entertaining.
Yeah.
And then you have City making these 2 ridiculous goals, and all of a sudden they're winning the game now. And PSG's just looked like they've been the more dominant team, just rolling in, playing the right way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. These Champions League walls are a liability. This is
the smallest gap.
This is I don't know how that snuck through. You couldn't draw that up. I thought it went around the wall, and then they showed the replay, and it goes in between 2 guys.
Right in between them, and they're just screaming about it. Yeah. Whose fault was it there? Did he get set up in the wrong spot? Was he asked to stand in the wrong place?
Yeah, not tight enough, I guess, on that wall.
Not committed to the cause.
And you watch these shots too, you know, from TV, and sometimes like you get a little thrown off on the angle that it's coming in. I'm like, there's no way that just went right in, right? Like that went right in between.
Yeah.
It's just at the end that he just froze.
It looked impossible. Yeah, it looked like an impossible goal.
It's hard when you're watching from that angle that we're watching at. You can't tell if it's a tip or if it's an absolute
exactly.
rocket.
And it was just an absolute rocket. I mean, he was just an absolute rocket.
Who took that free kick?
Mahrez.
Mahrez?
Yeah.
Riyad Mahrez, Leicester hero.
They had like that little like a weird little triangle formation that they put up there on that. You know, they had all three of them, De Bruyne on top, and like who's gonna come, who's gonna go. I was ready for them to like tap the ball and have like De Bruyne try to rip it over top, a little set that way, but. I mean, he just ripped it. The thing was 2 feet off the ground and just kept going.
Well, 2 set piece goals in this one.
Yeah.
Right? Because the PSG goal is a nice header.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah, and then, I mean, De Bruyne's goal, we didn't even mention that yet. It's a little flop shot, you know?
It's one of those ones where you just send it to the back post, hope somebody puts a knot on it.
Yeah,
it's just a touch on it.
Just everybody froze almost. Like nobody knew. Like they just like, is that going out or is that going in? And it just found its way.
Yep.
Thing had eyes. You know, it's like a hit in baseball. You know, you get one of those like guys who's pitching a great game, and all of a sudden you just get this one little ground ball that just finds its way in between those like 2 other people, like for no reason. It could have gone anywhere, but it found that one little spot that it could just not go to.
Yeah.
That was both of them. Both goals. Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny.
But 2 huge away goals, humongous.
And PSG's got to score 4 goals now?
I think they can though. No? Like if anybody's gonna be down like this, it's PSG has the ability to pull some back. Mbappe, Neymar, you tell me they can't score 2 goals?
I was gonna say tease me a little bit with Neymar right now.
Reverse the curse.
Yeah, finally.
Can they reverse the curse? I think
finally bring it back the other way. But it'll be they took a red.
Oh yeah, Idrissa Gana Gueye.
Yeah.
What a vital player in that PSG side.
So it's gonna be I mean, they're gonna have to figure stuff out. They're gonna have to kind of move things around. So they're gonna have to come up firing though. They're gonna have to.
They will.
They need to put away their chances. Though,
yeah.
Big time.
Well, here's the thing, Andy. You last week were talking about how Neymar had 3 posts,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? And you're like, well, there's no way this game goes under, right? It's 2.5 goals. It's going over. But because you were like, Neymar's scoring, like he's just playing, and then he didn't score again today, but he was playing. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's going to factor in? Like, do you think now's the time he's due? He's got to get it.
Yeah. He's got to turn it on. If he doesn't, then they're just out.
So here's the thing. I forget who said it. I think it was you, RB, last week who said it. As long as De Bruyne's on the field, City's not losing that game. If he's on, he's on. Even if he's off, he's still going to have a better night.
I mean, he was today. It's a perfect example today.
As long as he's playing and has an influence on the game, it's going to be tough for them to create as many chances as they did against Liverpool, or even today, as many chances as they had today. And I mean, they had enough, enough to make a little noise. How many shots do they have on target today? Do you know?
So they ended with 4 shots on target.
Yeah. Okay. But
you got 2 of them in.
Yeah, 2 of them in.
So that 4 shots for.
Oh yeah, sorry. 4 shots for PSG.
Yeah. 6 for
City.
City. 6 for City.
Okay.
Yeah, they won most of the offensive stats. Shots, passes.
It gets tricky though with that though, because PSG had the header and they don't necessarily call those shots on net.
But that was again set piece, poorly defended set piece. Like they could have done, but you weren't glad to see that as Pep Guardiola. As a City fan, you wouldn't. That's not something that you're gonna be like, okay, that was a good goal. Yeah. No, that was should have been avoidable.
Yeah.
So, I have to think that City is oozing confidence.
Why wouldn't they be oozing confidence? They've just been running through everything.
Yeah, just bullying everybody.
Ever since that little lull they had in January, they're just like, all right, you know what? We're the team to beat still. All of our money. Look at all these players that we have. You come and try to beat us. They're just a deep squad.
Yeah.
Back in action, baby.
Yeah, and even today they weren't even really pressing the ball forward that much. Like they weren't really trying to send it up. They just kind of played their game. They were passing it around midfield and then getting into spots.
They don't have to be that attacking team all the time. They can sit back and move the ball as fast as they want, switch the field of play, and all of a sudden they're in your box and they're about to score. It's like happens like that, like so fast.
And for a team that needs away goals, that will have very little possession, going to England, they're gonna need to just capitalize on every counterattack.
Yeah.
Every counterattack needs to be a goal.
That's how
because City's gonna score. No,
Yeah,
City doesn't.
will score.
I don't think City gets blanked at home. That means 3 goals, 2 away goals. PSG is gonna have to put 3 in the net
And
to win the game.
City doesn't give up goals. You were talking about this last week. They don't give up goals.
I will say their one weakness is the counterattack. If you look at the teams who've beaten them this year in the Premier League, every single game has been won on the front foot on the counterattack against City.
Yeah, and every possession team is gonna feel that when you commit that many numbers forward, and then you again though, who are we talking about? Kylian Mbappe, Angel Di Maria, Neymar running at you full speed. It's gonna be hard. Granted, you have John Stones back there, Kyle Walker. You got talent in the back.
Ruben Diaz, former Madrid player.
I love Zinchenko.
That's a hot take.
I really like
Zinchenko.
I really like him. I just think he's a cool guy, and he's Ukrainian. Set up De Bruyne too.
So do you think Cancelo will be out of action on?
Would you want to save him for the yellow and play him in the final, kind of thing? That's what I would see.
I would do that. That seems like a pet move.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
De Bruyne with a yellow. That would.
It'd be a good
devastating.
move. It'd be a good move if Neymar just kept going at De Bruyne every single possession.
Yeah.
And doing what Neymar does, getting on the ground like he usually. Not saying that he does it intentionally, but he has that reputation.
He draws fouls.
He draws fouls. That's a good.
That's the nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this game got a little chippy there, and right around that time, we had the red, and then I think the yellow that De Bruyne got. It was a very very similar style play, just not anywhere near what happened. Like it almost could have been a non-card, but the way that the game was going. Like it wouldn't have they were really. I mean, PSG was really pressing. Like, give me the red. You just sent our guy off. Like, what's up?
It's just being consistent with your calls. And,
Yeah.
As even a casual fan would know, the hardcore fans would know that is not true at all. What ref in the worldwide soccer network would call a fair game? They're all up to something. They all have ulterior motives.
Yeah. So last
No
week
faith.
we took City in this game.
Yeah.
We also took the over. So we killed it for this game. Next week, what are we looking at? What do you think the lines are going to be next week?
So next week we got
Over-under's got to be like 4.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the over/under is still at 2.5.
What's it at though? What's the spread or like the line?
112.
I mean, I would take that now almost. I mean, City's going to kind of park the bus a little, like they're in the driver's seat, but PSG's going to be gas pedal, and if they make mistakes, then City capitalizes. They're going to not score goals, right? Like if the opportunity's there, they're going to score.
Well, this is just the opening line. It's only obviously been a couple hours after the game, but to expect that over/under to go up.
Well, that's what I mean. If you want to take that line now, because that line's gonna really move its way. You're gonna probably find it at 3. And if you get a 2.5 line, you take a 2.5 line. You don't even worry about it. The 3, it's like now you're stuck at a push. One team wins, one team holds on. At least the 2.5, you're either winning or you're not. I hate having to get to 4 goals. Like.
It's possible. It could be a high scoring affair.
That would be awesome.
Know.
That would be something.
A shootout, which I think would maybe favor PSG.
Yeah.
If the goals start coming, I mean PSG has all the advantage because if they'll be scoring away goals.
And honestly, we're acting like it's like a 6-goal deficit. It's a 1-goal deficit.
Yeah.
We're acting like they have no shot. There's definitely a possibility that they could come out here and just absolutely pummel them.
Yeah.
3-0.
3-0,
2-0,
2-0.
yeah, something.
Yeah, easy.
Because they have the talent. You can't.
Even if they win, even if they go 2-1, even if they win 2-1, it's going to extra.
Yeah.
Maybe penalties. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing is that it's that they have to score at least 2 now, though. Like, they have to. Like,
City needs to kill the game.
Yeah.
If they don't,
Yep.
we're in for some.
City's gonna come out firing, here's my prediction. They're gonna come out firing in that first 25 minutes. And if they can't put away the game in that first 25 minutes, PSG's gonna crawl their way back and somehow make a move.
Yeah.
Hot take. But honestly,
It's not that hard. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna are we sticking to the guns? Just gonna stick with City here, or somebody feeling good?
You know what? I'll play the devil's advocate.
There it is.
I'll play the devil's
You played it last time too. You wanted PSG last time. I got you written down right here.
I'm sticking with PSG.
All right.
I'm still saying this is their year, that they're gonna shake off all those demons, make it to the final, and actually win one this time.
It'd be a sight to see.
It would be a sight to see. You're looking at me like I'm a crazy person.
Because, well, I mean, both of these teams are here. They've been fueled by the money. These aren't necessarily historic clubs. These are money teams. So we'll see if who's ever the best money team. I think whoever wins this though might have a little edge on the final.
These two teams are the favorite to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
These are the more explosive teams. These are the more. But then again, like we said with Chelsea, they can game it.
Yeah.
They can play exactly the way they want and do things, and they create chances. It's gonna be a heck of a second leg, and we're in for it.
Who gives you the best matchup? Like who's giving you the best game for the championship? Like
The final.
Who are you most excited to watch pair up against each other?
It might be like PSG, Chelsea, no,
Yeah.
or City.
I don't know.
I'll concede the English final.
Nick was saying the other way. Yeah.
I want to see Real City. I want to say Real City. That would be a good matchup to watch.
Yeah.
That new money team saying like,
The old money.
look at us,
New
look
money
at us.
versus old
New
money.
money versus old money. Even Chelsea's new money.
A tale for days.
Yeah. It's gonna be exciting though.
Yeah, I was saying in the when we were coming in today that I think rooting for Chelsea almost just seems fun now. I was all in saying before that I was like let's go with Real. Let's let them continue to stay high. I don't want to root for City, so I'll root for Real because I want to make sure that City doesn't win again. But City's just too dominant. I'd almost rather root for like a team like Chelsea to come in and take it when nobody expects it.
City
Right.
just feels like the team, like, as a Bills fan, Ryan.
Yeah.
You're just like, the Pats are in the Super Bowl again.
I know, exactly.
That's the
It's
thing, it's like City's in the final, but they've never made the final. And it's just...
But your casual fan does not want them to win.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No. They're just, it's too many, it's like the Yankees, the Patriots, like, you think about that. Just all those teams that are always so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's exactly that. And as a person who's always rooted for the underdog, except for, I don't know, maybe the Red Sox now, but they weren't a powerhouse because they had that curse on them. But I mean, I've just always, for some reason, been a fan of like the little team.
Yeah.
And not that Chelsea's a little team either, compared to these other three, they feel like a little team, but they're a top 6 too.
And the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
They've been there in the Champions League. Winners.
Yeah.
It'll be.
It's kind of crazy that you think that, talking about the top 6, that City's one of those 6 teams. Don't you think that's kind of crazy?
It's
not anymore.
Not anymore.
What?
Yeah,
What?
what, in the last 8 years,
Yeah.
10 years?
Yeah, this
All
conversation.
time?
Yeah.
All time, though?
Yeah, they've been in the 4th division.
Yeah.
They've gone up and down, left and right, everywhere, and now they're in the Champions League semifinal, and it might actually happen. They might win this cup.
Let's just say Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa have more Champions Leagues than Manchester City.
Well, hey, let's keep it that way. All right. So speaking of the potential all English, final for champions, let's jump into this Premier League.
Yeah.
What do you guys? Give me a little recap of the weekend. What was your go-to game?
I have some thoughts. My go-to game was obviously Chelsea-West Ham. I obviously got West Ham on the money line. And
Battle for fourth.
The battle for 4th place is heating up. Anyone could win. Every team is within, I think 6th, 7th, and 8th place are all within 3 points of 5th place and 6 points of 4th place. It's doable. 5 games left in the season.
Yeah,
They could win.
Plenty of time.
But absolute karma this past weekend for the Super League teams, the Big Six. 2 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. Very unfortunate, but I know I was like, kind of felt like I was like, I can't watch these games right now because they're just not. It's not the same anymore.
Yeah.
A little vindicated.
Yeah, I feel.
No, exactly. That's what it
better.
is. Yeah. Like, you almost get to point the finger and just smile.
Well, one of those teams though that won, Chelsea.
Chelsea's one of the teams that won, and
Chelsea, though, in their defense, they were the first team to pull out. Like, they pulled out instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just because they're on a run right now, and they're like, we could win the Champions League, we could push, a little bit further in the Premier, and then the FA Cup finalists as well. So they had maybe the most to lose during that, but they were the first team that pulled out. So I think it's okay to give them that due.
Yeah, and the 2 top 6 teams that played in the EFL Cup final, Man City and Tottenham, that wasn't even a game.
Let's talk about Come on, lay it on me.
That wasn't even a game.
Yeah, they
Outshot 21-2. That's not
2.
a game. That's an absolute beat.
Well, Harry Kane's out there playing like he's dragging his leg.
He's gone.
He's old, right? Or he's hurt up right now. He's not old. He's just hurt right now. They put him in there. We were talking about it. Ryan Mason, is coming in to his second game ever, on the bench, and he's putting his boy back in. They're like best friends. Like, he's like, I'm not gonna have you miss like a cup. You're playing in this game, so they had him come in there for that. And I mean, he looked hurt. Not that they were able to counter anything. They got stuck in the back end the whole time. Possession was just crusher. They didn't. I don't even think that they were able to shoot the ball up to him, give him a chance to actually make a play.
Yeah, they did not stand a chance in that.
Yeah.
They're coming off they're like limping across the finish line.
Yeah.
There, trying to stay afloat, trying to get to that top 5, maybe 6th spot.
Yeah.
But it's just like, dude, like.
Well, I mean, Kane also is notorious for just kind of hanging out and waiting. He's not sprinting back to he's not sprinting back to center to grab a ball and pull it up himself.
Like,
he's waiting for somebody to shoot it up to him.
If he goes anywhere else, he's going to be expected to play defense. He's going to be one of those guys. I'm not playing defense. I don't play defense.
Well, that's why he's going to stay.
Yeah.
They'll offer to throw a shit ton of money at him. we're gonna buy some other players. We'll finally do it. We haven't bought in years, but we're gonna do it this year. This is the year.
I swear, we promise.
They got 2.
Here's my pinky. Take it.
They got 2 solid players this summer, and Reguilón and Bale. Even though Bale hasn't played that much.
And a new manager in the summer.
Yeah.
Is gonna change things.
Yeah.
It'll be different.
But for
They're
right
gonna be a
now,
different team next year.
For right now.
Yeah.
I don't have much faith in it.
Yeah.
No faith in them, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
And that is my team too. So
yes,
it does hurt.
We don't speak ill.
The underdog is my friend.
But
flying through the air.
Before we move on, I posed this in the group chat the other day. Do you think let's not jinx anyone here, or because we want to win our bets, but do you think if City does it, they win the league and they win the Champions League,
do you call it a
treble?
I didn't. I said they got knocked out of the FA Cup. It's not a treble.
Yeah. You said technically.
No, my first one said they lost FA Cup.
Yeah.
And then we kind of rehashed it.
Well, it's just like every article that's out there right now, it says that they're still running for the treble.
It's 3 trophies.
It's 3 trophies, but it's not.
I mean,
you can win any 3 trophies. You could win the Europa League, the FA Cup, and the EFL Cup. That's not a treble.
It's like a baby treble.
Yeah, it's like the ugly stepchild.
It's a baby treble.
The ugly stepchild.
Yeah, the Carabao Cup instead of the FA Cup. It's not the same. It's not. It's cool. It's a trophy.
Yeah. Congratulations.
I'm sure Harry Kane wishes he had one.
Yeah.
I kind of wish Harry Kane had one too. I'll be honest with you. Like, we won't even be having this conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could. It'd be 3 trophies.
It'll be 3 trophies.
So
I'm not trying to take that away from them of winning 3 trophies. That's hard to do in a season. Mm-hmm. But like, I see some, like, I'm scrolling through Reddit because I'm one of those guys. But I see some City fans like, we've won the treble. I go,
yeah,
it just strikes me the wrong way.
It's a weak treble.
Yeah.
It's a different.
It's like
treble.
from teams who've actually won the treble.
Yeah. That's
Like
that's
Barcelona,
crazy.
Real, like
Yeah.
all those teams, like they've won.
Because the League Cup is hard, but it's only the teams in the league.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
crazy underdogs coming out of left
No,
field.
it's not.
It's not. It's long. It's
Yeah.
not. It's a different tournament.
It's small.
I hate to make another baseball comparison, but it's just on my mind right now with these because they just switched over to having 7-inning games for double headers.
Oh,
we had Bumgarner pitched a no hitter through 7 games, and everybody's like, "That's not a no hitter."
Because it's 7 innings.
It's 7 innings. It's
not a
not.
full
It's
game.
not 9, right? It's not
It's still a
full.
full game.
But you pitched a full game and gave up absolutely 0 hits. And so it's going to go in the history books as a 7-inning no hitters. But they're actually going to
Asterisk.
they're going to title it, asterisk it with a 7.
That's
But like
awesome.
that's what this feels like, right? I feel like it's got that
Yeah.
same kind of like, oh, that was great, but like I'm not writing it down for
I
that.
call it a double. I mean,
Yeah.
they got 3
I'll say the
trophies,
double.
but-
I'll say the double. I'll call
Yeah.
it a double. Credits due where credits due.
Yeah.
They won the 2 hardest ones.
Yeah.
They've won the 2 hardest ones.
Yeah, FA Cup's real
Yeah.
hard too, though.
That's
but yeah,
again if they win it.
it's a double with a League Cup. That's what it is.
Double plus sign.
I think that's also probably another reason why we're all rooting against City in the Champions.
Yeah, you don't want
It's
to.
like
you
all,
don't
all the teams that have won a treble, you like,
Yeah.
want to let City in.
Although I don't know, that it does give us something to complain about, if it happens. We can come on here and just complain about it, talk about what everybody else is saying.
I'll be first in line.
Oh,
I've got something to complain about though.
yeah.
That red card in this West Ham Chelsea game.
God awful.
Garbage.
God-awful.
Garbage. They were talking about it as the only reason. So it was one of those plays where a defender kicked it really hard, cleared the ball out, and his kicking leg just trailed behind the other guy's leg, kicks him in the back of the leg. They both go down in a heap. It's just a soccer play. That's all it is.
It's
a
the
soccer
follow
play.
through of the move.
Yeah,
You can't card that.
When you kick the ball, your leg goes forward. Whoever's in front of you is going to get hit by your leg,
Yeah.
unless they get out of the way. And you know what? It happened very similarly.
To Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, like right
Exactly.
after, right?
Right after.
And they were like, "Oh, no call." And the worst part was they went to VAR, slow-moed it. VAR.
Dun, dun, dun.
What? Yeah.
We
Sometimes good, sometimes shit. VAR.
I like the kid, I don't like the kid,
Yeah,
all at once.
But that was garbage. And that killed the game. I mean, yeah, it's late in the game.
yeah.
81st minute, but that's crazy talk. I hated that. I hated seeing that. That puts a weird little stain on this
Yeah.
this Chelsea win. That was, I mean, they deserved it. They outclassed them, but I hated seeing that
Yeah.
because if that doesn't get rectified too, and it probably won't, that's just disappointing. The
Yeah,
fact
it
that
is.
I don't have trust in that official anymore ever. If
Huge.
I ever see that guy on the field, I'm like, well, just don't touch anybody. Don't play soccer because if you do, you're running the risk of a red card.
yeah.
I'll say this. I say we save this for another.
VAR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll save this for another episode because we could probably have an entire episode
Yeah.
on all of the
Oh, yeah.
everything
When it
that's
comes-
wrong with this.
We'll wait until the Euro. We'll wait until it
Yeah, we'll wait until
the Euro
it messes up
yeah,
like one of the biggest games.
melts my brain with the VAR call. Yeah. Right now I can live through it.
Yeah. It's only the Premier League.
It's only the Premier
Yeah, but
League.
if Portugal gets knocked out, get some VAR.
It's like the best West Ham has been
Yeah.
playing in years too.
Yeah.
So to see them like out here like working their way into fourth,
'Cause that's what I
and then to
hate.
have things like that called against that low team, like
You're losing a guy.
yeah, that's tough.
You don't want to be having to replace starter here. So I didn't like seeing that.
Yeah,
It has been. I'm looking it up though. It has been overturned, rescinded. So I have faith in the world.
wow.
But
look at that.
It was so dumb. That was one. That was the
such a
easy.
bad-
That was the easiest take back anyone's ever had.
yeah,
Because I don't know, but they went. The worst part, they went to the VAR, and then the ref went and looked. But anyways, we'll leave that one for.
Wait,
we'll leave that
we're
one for
gonna have
another
to
day.
leave it.
It's tough because even though there's VAR, it's still a human decision.
Yeah.
And that's
Human
like
error.
the worst part about it. Because
well,
the human
it's
error.
good that humans decided to overturn it though. Smarter people prevailed.
Yeah. Today.
Today we
I'll
triumph. Smart people
I'll
of
say
the
it
world.
'cause it's,
We won.
it's kind of a saving grace that we have, human error there instead of a computer saying like if his
Hard
toe,
calculation.
Yeah.
his toe was like a centimeter
Yep.
offsides, it's just like, oh, no goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of that gray area.
Are we doing it now or are we going to save it?
We'll save it.
Pocket it.
I'm getting hot.
Yeah.
Nick, we're gonna have to give us a chance to know when we're gonna talk about this, so that we can space ourselves out a little bit more.
That's fair.
Give the boys some space to move.
Some punches thrown.
Well, that will be a demonstrative episode. We're moving and swinging.
Coming soon near you.
All right. So next game. What was the? We had Leicester played. What was it? Monday.
Midweek.
Leicester had a midweek win against West Brom, who they always beat the heck out of.
No, Leicester played CP.
And then on the weekend they played Dallas.
They played Wednesday and then they played Saturday.
Yeah. It was 2 wins.
No, that was Monday, right? The 26th?
I don't know. It was midweek. It was midweek. I remember.
Don't confuse me right now.
I think we'd be more prepared.
I barely know what day of the week it is right now. You guys decided we're coming on.
But that's two wins for them. They're scoring goals.
They are. They're looking dangerous. They are looking very dangerous.
Yeah, Brendan Rodgers is saying that Iheanacho is going to run out of goal celebrations pretty soon because he can't stop scoring.
I don't like Brendan Rodgers anymore. After leaving Celtic mid-season.
I don't love him, but
leaving Celtic mid-season.
I like Iheanacho, and I love
Iheanacho. He's a good player.
I love Leicester City.
Leicester City's just one of those teams. Like even if you're playing them, you're like, if they win.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing. They're playing pretty well.
That's what we talk about. They're one of those teams that everybody knows the name of now, just because of 2017 when they made the push
you go to
from relegation to winning. So
crazy.
So I feel like that's a team that there's probably a whole bunch of brand new fans of that team that are just jacked up. They didn't know that they were trash before. They're just psyched.
Cinderella's always a babe after.
Yeah, exactly.
She stop being a babe.
She stops being a babe when she gets relegated again, and then you forget you even dated her. She was hot in high school.
Yeah, we're still in love. We're still in love with Leicester
She went through
City.
a long course,
Yeah, she's back.
We're in love with Leicester City here.
She had a glow up, as they say.
Yep.
As the kids say these days.
But
yeah. Oh my God.
So what's the game this week coming up then?
My God.
What are we looking for? What's going to be the biggest move in Premier? Like what matters the most?
The biggest game this weekend. It's not really deciding anything, but the classic rivalry game on Sunday at 11:30 prime time slot. Man United versus Liverpool. Always a good game. Pretty tight affair. The last one, of course, the last time they played was the FA Cup quarterfinal. I want to say United won 3-2. It was overall a good game, but the last Premier League game was a 0-0. The last 8 or so Premier League games between United and Liverpool have been pretty much snoozers, like 0-0, 2-1.
You were just
1-1.
hyping it up a second ago, and now they've all been snoozers, but this one will be different.
This one's going to be
I am not saying this one is going to be different because that's just the trend of their Premier League games, these past ones.
Is this the last game of the season they have matched up against each other?
Yeah, this is the last
So
game.
then let's ball out a little. Pools looked terrible this year.
So the over-under is at 2.5 for this game.
I mean, yeah, it's probably juiced up for the under too, like minus 260.
It's minus 120 for the over and even on the under.
Interesting.
well,
That's just the opening line though that I got.
Yeah.
their last game was FA Cup, which always is a little funky. 3-2 to United. They got a 0-0 draw. And that was their last 2 games played against each other. And going back to last year, 2-0 win for Liverpool and a 1-1 draw.
Yep.
So that 2.5, historically, we're probably not going to see tons of goals out of this.
Yeah, if you're looking at it from a Premier League, like take the FA Cup out of it, take all the other leagues out of it, looking strictly at the Premier League, it's going to be, I want to say it's going to hit the under.
Tight game.
Tight game. Tight affair. It's always a tight affair between these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, I complain about betting unders all the time because I want to see goals. That's what's fun to me. But, I mean, I kind of like it.
It's funny because Liverpool's favored at plus 150.
Yeah. I also don't want to root for Liverpool, but so I guess rooting for the under makes it a little bit more manageable.
It's tough. Liverpool have, coming off a historic year last year and winning the Champions League the year before. It's just like it, as a United fan, it makes me feel happy because they're a little humbled You know, they got a little humble pie. But now it's just like kind of sad.
Well, yeah, you guys have been eating your humble pie for years now, so
Yeah.
it's nice to see you guys make your move back up a little bit.
Yeah. Yep. Strong fist him.
Yeah, Jesus.
But
That's what she said.
yeah, who do you like?
Non-biased, I think it's going to be a draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not favoring anyone in this one. It's going to be a straight-up draw.
Yeah, I mean, I've been
Draws
wanting
at
to trust
250.
Liverpool for a while, so
Draws at plus 250. That's a bang for your buck bet right there.
nice.
If
I
you're
love
thinking
that.
about it.
Yeah. I'll ride.
Yeah,
I'll
get
ride
some.
with you on that for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Especially if we're talking about looking at potentially being the under.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that if you're looking at the unders, you're kind of looking at teams kind of just sitting back a little bit more, looking for those counter strikes. So
And this is a huge game for Liverpool to break up.
to break up the bottom seeding.
Yeah, and to get
And plus,
into
if
hopefully.
if United lose and Leicester win, it's a 2-point difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes going into the last couple games a little more interesting.
Yeah, West
Yeah.
Ham,
And
Liverpool.
especially if Chelsea win, that's 61. They're catching up.
Eyes on the prize here. This is going to come down to the wire. If Liverpool wins this game, they put themselves in a very good position. I mean, they could potentially. Who knows? The numbers are there, but I don't see United sliding that far out. But it would be cool to see this going even closer to the last game.
Yeah.
Which I think it will, to see who ends 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I agree. Let's look at Liverpool's last.
Yeah, I mean
couple games here.
Tottenham, my boys, they're just riding just down there, and it's just terrifying to see them.
Liverpool's last 4 games beside this one coming up against United: Southampton, West Brom, Burnley, and Crystal Palace. I say the only trap game there is Burnley.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only trap game that is there that might be Burnley. And Burnley's never. They're just one of those teams that's perennially. Yeah, they're just that mid-table team, mid to lower table team that just, when you least expect it, they're just going to put a pounding on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough though, because they're at West Ham.
Yep, they're at West Ham this weekend. That's also a tough matchup for your
the
mighty
Hammers.
Hammers.
For the Hammers.
Man, I
Mighty Hammers.
love seeing those bubbles flying around. When
Yeah.
the wind's nice and you get the bubbles for the first
Yeah.
2 minutes of the game, I love it.
It sucks. Like,
The Olympic Stadium. It's not as awesome and thrilling.
yeah, no.
But
What was their last stadium that they played in?
I think they tore it down.
They
by
tore
now.
it down, but watching, I would have loved to see a game at that stadium. That stadium looked amazing. Just as small as it was perfect to watch a game at.
Bowling ground.
They had to tear that down
As
because
made famous
it was
from our
just a
favorite
bunch
movie.
of troughs. They did, their bathrooms were a big issue
Oh.
for having families come and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It was just nasty,
Way too
disgusting.
school.
Wasn't a
Yeah.
family-friendly site.
No, not that it is or anything now, but no joke. That was something that I read about when they were changing it. Was the bathrooms were
gross.
a big issue.
It's pretty easy to change a bathroom. You didn't have to knock down the whole stadium.
Well, no, I know,
Ready for it.
but it was already on its way out. But that was just one of those nail in the coffin types of things.
Yeah, that's gross.
It's tough. The last 2 stadiums I've heard that were remodeled, White Hart Lane for Tottenham, completely different. White Hart Lane, watching a game at White Hart Lane was pretty exciting. And then that got torn down. Now it's Hotspur Stadium. It's more Americanized.
Yeah, it's-
these two stadiums now are London Stadium and Hotspur Stadium are too Americanized.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
the new grounds they don't have the character. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, they're not built in 1884.
Yeah, they're not.
So they're not gonna look the same or whatever. Yeah, they're not from.
yeah.
They're not from they're not from the early 20th century.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
There's different
even
styles.
even
different
Arsenal.
architecture.
Even Arsenal. They're
Oh
all
yeah,
stadium.
Highbury was sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Highbury was sweet.
Well, a lot of them too are being mirrored off of what's
mean, Emirates
happening
is
with
really
the
nice.
NFL stadiums. So
Yeah.
it really is a lot of Americanized. How
Seat
can we get more
capacity.
presidential suites and get big buck money
Yeah.
sitting in there? So it
Yeah.
makes sense that they're changing that up.
Concourses, all the things that make a casual fan want to go attend a game.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
experience, fan experience.
Or even not even
That's
a
what
casual
it's-
fan, just rich people to
Yeah.
bring in more
Yeah.
fans. We had so and
Being
so
able to-
show up,
Yeah.
right?
Take
That's
pictures
huge.
in the box.
Being
Right.
able to host NFL games
Yeah.
across the pond.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
That-
when me, Cam, and producer Jay went to London. There was an NFL game going down at London Stadium.
Nice.
It was pretty nice.
Jacksonville's
Yeah.
probably playing.
Yeah, that's
Like,
Honestly,
every year.
in hindsight, I kind of wish we had, when we planned the trip, we had planned to go to both, which would have been pretty sick.
Yeah.
Because who was it? It was Jacksonville. I think it was the Texans, maybe, right? Jacksonville. And the
Probably,
Texans.
yeah.
Jacksonville and the
That seems
Texans, I
right.
think.
I don't think it was a good game, but I just think it would have been sick to like go to the stadium. But even still, like just the weekends in London and Liverpool was amazing. Highly recommend it. I've been to all the American sports. There's not one that has an atmosphere quite like that. It's pretty crazy.
I've yet to get out there. I'm English too, so I'd love to get out there and actually get to see one of these games in person too. We'll make the trip.
yeah.
The Linesmen will be out there.
Sponsored by Better. Yeah.
Tax write-off. Like that's what the big guys do.
Yeah, the episode across the pond. Stay tuned for that.
The IRS is gonna be like, look, you got to make money before you can start.
Oh,
Oh my
jeez.
god, that's amazing.
That's where it is though. You want to get out there. We want to blow some bubbles ourselves.
Yeah, heck yeah. Absolutely.
That hammers, baby, ready to blow some bubbles out there.
Any other games we're thinking about? Any other games?
I mean, that's really the only one I'm going to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be
pretty
honest.
much. Yeah.
Tottenham, Sheffield.
I'll watch Leicester on Monday.
Yeah, Leicester on Monday is going to be a good one.
Or is it? No, I'm thinking West Ham. I think is on Monday. But anyways, yeah, I'll watch the Leicester game. I'll watch. Yeah, they play. I think they play.
Yeah. So Fulham.
Yeah.
So Fulham. Let's just hit the relegation circle real quick.
Oh, okay. The bottom dwellers.
The bottom.
The bottom feeders.
Yeah,
Fighting to stay alive.
Power bottoms.
That's where we derive most of the pattern.
Yeah, there's
So Fulham play Chelsea this upcoming weekend. I don't want to give them a shot, but maybe.
Nah.
But here's the thing: Brighton play Leeds, and Leeds are kind of rolling right now. They're in 9th, looking pretty good, especially for a team that's come up from the championship last year.
Yeah, but they still got a decent amount of points, Brighton.
Yeah, they do. They do. But if Brighton lose, and Fulham win, it's a 4-point gap, and anything can happen on championships Saturday. Sunday. You never know, man. I mean, in Sheffield United, they're kind of like the Buffalo Sabres right now of this league.
Come on.
Every single
Crushing me.
every single game is a trap game for every team that plays Sheffield United.
Yeah. Tottenham's probably going to lose to
They're
them
going.
this week.
They're going down
Just to
no matter
solidify
what.
themselves stinking right now.
They're going down no matter what. And
They got nothing to lose.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got
Might as well
nothing to
go
lose.
firing.
Go out just ruining people's weekends.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Sheffield play Tottenham this weekend.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
they might just come in.
That might be the biggest trap game of the week. Trap game of the week.
Heck,
Trap game of the
I
week.
might have
Don't
to
bet
tune in.
against Sheffield.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, whatever you think the game's going to be, it's going to be the exact opposite.
Yeah. So are we rooting for Brighton to lose? Like, is there a team down here that's out there in relegation that you guys would rather have in?
No,
I don't
Yeah.
care.
I don't really care.
Forget them.
Well,
Let's mix it up.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
get one of
let's get some-
one of my friends into soccer now, and he is becoming a fan of Brighton. He decided because he lives in Brighton for like the
good for him,
dumbest
yeah.
reason ever.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
So I'm like,
I love that.
I'm gonna
I
like
love that.
force him into this right now. He's gonna have to watch these last
Brighton
two
Hove
games.
Albion. Yeah.
Let's see the leagues. Let's see the teams that are coming up now. Oh, okay. So the two teams that are confirmed coming up to the league are Norwich City and Watford.
Oh, my boys.
Wait, which one? Watford?
I love Watford.
Troy Dean.
Dude,
I love them. That's a sick logo.
I'm
They have
a
they have like a scary moose
I'm
logo.
a huge fan of their jerseys.
It's like the Bucks, but with a moose.
yeah.
More,
So-
yeah.
So
They also have won me
The next-
a lot of money over the past few years. When
So
they're out.
that championship playoff, though, it's got Brentford, Bournemouth, Swansea, Barnsley. I'm obviously kind of biased here because there's two Premier League caliber teams in that playoff. So we got Swansea, Bournemouth. I mean, they might be in the final. But I don't know if you guys watch the championship.
I don't, but I try to tune in on those playoffs
Yeah,
because it's a thrilling
Those
Yeah.
games. I mean,
weekend of soccer.
yeah, guys, if you're a casual fan and you want to kind of get more invested into the game, the 3 through 6 playoffs. Those are like the best games
It's
to
electric.
watch.
Right.
Absolutely electric.
Just watching people fight for their literal lives.
Yeah.
Like this is their lives. Like,
Yeah.
am I gonna be pro again?
Listen, they're pros. They're
Yeah,
just not
yeah.
up
They're
to
not top,
caliber.
yeah.
They're not top players. But we touched on it last week. That if that final, that championship final, that team's getting 150 million
Yeah.
of just TV rights.
Big-
Oh, yeah.
Big bucks.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a lot of big bucks. That's a lot.
A lot on the line.
Especially a team like Brentford. I bet them to win the championship last year. They got knocked out by Fulham, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Fulham's just that team that just ruins everyone's championship dream. and they get to the Premier League and then just get relegated right back.
Yeah, just all the way back.
Yeah.
True.
So, yeah.
All right. So, in conclusion, then let's wrap her up.
So we got.
So we're taking Champions League first. Let's go through those. Nick's the only solo dolo over here by himself, sitting on PSG. We liked the over for the PSG as well.
Yep.
Take it now while it's still
2.5.
while it's still 2.5.
If it goes to 3.
As soon as it goes to
2.5.
3, you're kind of sitting there. City's not going to be trying to score if they score early,
Yeah,
so
that's scary.
it's scary.
So you got City on the money line.
And then City on the money line. I think I'm still taking them. And then I think we're kind of talked our way into Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm leaning Chelsea.
Yeah,
we already did.
I think that's what kind of happened. Like we were all sitting here like Real, and then all of a sudden we just talked our way right into Chelsea.
We watched that.
We watched the game.
So
And then moving down to Premier, the game to watch is the Liverpool
Manchester United.
Man U. And
So we got
we're looking at the draw on that.
And
That's the big bang for your buck. The draw on that. If you're just trying to bet, take the under. And then the rest is get ready for watching the 3 through 6. Get yourselves into that.
Yep. It's gonna be a fantastic finish to the end of this year. And then we were mentioning before we started rolling, we got the Olympics coming.
Yeah.
We got Euro coming. We've got a wonderful summer of soccer ahead, but we gotta get through May first,
Yep.
and then
After that,
yeah.
it's open season.
Yeah. Tune in next week to see how City managed to win again.
Will we be shocked? Probably not.
Probably not. But will we be happy if they lose? You're damn right.
So we want to thank Hedgebetter. We are the Linesmen.
And we're signing off. See you next week.
Thank you guys.
So long.